Okay, so am I watching a drama series or triple X? Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on The Idol, Season 1, Episode 2, Double Fantasy. Okay, you guys, I've tried with this show, but I don't know exactly what the vision is for this show at this point, besides someone who just wanted to possibly just have very sexual scenes. I look, I'm gonna give a review just a little bit, but I'm going to talk about everything that's wrong with this show. But first, let's start off with a slight review. So, Jocelyn's team meets at her house. She wants everyone to hear her new sound. She's blowing up Tedros, who gave her this horrible new sound. But he's not responding to her. She's blowing him up and he's not responding. Now, the only thing that is entertaining yet shocking at the same time is the banter or the conversations that are had between her team. That is like the entertaining part, yet the shocking part, because it just really shows you how, I guess, people in the industry talk about their clients. Like, literally, like, it's just like she is a product, she is not a human being. So she plays the new version of her song, and everyone thinks it's horrible. And she is acting as if she's trying to fight for her own identity in her music. However, this current music that she has, Tedros created the music for her. So again, a little confused by that. But Nikki, the manager, goes completely off and pretty much tells her to suck it up and take the music that they gave her and to be grateful. So I understand that I guess what we're supposed to see is her constant internal conflict that she has with the loss of her mom and her being unsure of her brand, her identity, her music after losing her mom. Okay, I get it, but I damn sure don't understand all of the triple X stuff that's going on in these actual episodes. There were so many scenes where she was over sexualized, and I'm trying to figure out why. What are we learning from the scene? For example, when she's in the studio and she's hearing this new version of the song, and she takes the cup with the ice, and next thing you know, she's giving herself another helping hand. Why? Why do we need that? What are we learning new in this scene? Okay? We're not. So I think someone is trying to live out their fantasy by possibly making this show versus really giving us a good show that we can really follow, that gives us the drama, gives us a good protagonist, antagonist, gives her actual realistic goals and how people are like stopping those goals, the basic shit that we like when it comes to TV shows. I'm not seeing that yet, and that's a problem. So, moving on, we see Tedros talking to Jocelyn, and while his minion man, I guess that's a part of his brothel, is talking to Jocelyn's best friend. So in this scene, we clearly see that both of them are working together to try to manipulate the situation. Okay, so Jocelyn at her video shoot, we find out she has cuts in between her thighs. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm assuming because Tedros had the knife, he created those cuts and she didn't do that to herself. I don't know. You guys let me know for those who watch the show. But with that, her team is like, what the heck? What happened? And so while she's pretty much getting ready for the shoot, she has no confidence. She has, all types of doubts in her ability. And with that, Nikki's crazy ass, while she sees that Jocelyn is not confident in losing it, instead of trying to pump her up and let her know she can do it, she's already trying to replace Jocelyn. And she looks at Diane, which is Jocelyn's backup dancer, but she also tries to act like she's Jocelyn's friend. Nikki's asking about Diane and is like, she's a great dancer. Can she sing? Already trying to replace her, which is a good example of the industry. They're always trying to replace you. If you show any signs of weakness, they will move on. So with that, the problem is, and this is another thing, Diane's a snake in the grass, because we find out in this episode that she is the reason why Tedros is pursuing Jocelyn. She's the one who brought Jocelyn to the club. And it appears that Diane works for Tedros, if you know what I mean. Okay? So with that, Jocelyn is just losing it. She is having a mental breakdown. And instead of everyone trying to say, you know what, let's just cut this, let's do it another day, whatever the case may be, they're like, get your shit together, let's get this going. Okay? Her freaking feet are bleeding. She's calling out for her mom. She's a mess. So here's the thing. Her team pretty much finds out information on Tedros. I don't know what caused them to find out information on him. I'm assuming the cuts, but they find out that she has been dealing with Tedros, who owes a lot of people money. I guess he's from Hawaii, but there's really not that much more information on him. And here's my thing. When you're dealing with someone who is your product, because they clearly have been seeing her as a product, so if she's your product and you want her to stay on the straight and narrow and not be manipulated or go off the deep end, where are her support team, like who actually are there with her at the house? Because her best friend is weak as hell. She's a yes woman. So if you know this and you see she's having a nervous breakdown, I haven't even seen Jocelyn with a bodyguard. She hasn't even had a bodyguard. How is she this big star and literally is allowed to just do whatever? People, whoever can come to her house. There's no type of security. It's weird. So my thing is, it's not even believable at this point, especially when her team finds out about this Tedros guy, that once they find out the information, they don't do anything about it. They don't do anything. Tedros is able to bring his whole little brothel to her house and no one is doing anything. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. Like, make it believable, but then at the same time, you don't need to have all of the triple X stuff. You just don't, because we don't learn anything. So with that, the other problem that I have is that this manipulation that Tedros is doing is happening way too fast. The first episode, he already is literally manipulating her, putting a freaking robe around her head and literally tying it around her freaking throat, taking a knife and cutting, her mouth to a certain extent, I guess cutting the middle of the mouth so she can have some circulation so she can breathe. All of this stuff is going on in the first episode, and then the next episode, she's completely sprung on him and acts like that she cannot live without him. Like, I would have preferred that this was more of a subtle attack, a subtle type of manipulation, but it's not. And at this point, because of that and everything is happening so fast, it's not believable. But that's just my opinion. You guys let me know in the comments if you guys agree with the same thing. It's just not believable. Going too fast, not really storylines that we can hold on to. All of it is internal conflict, and then there's a lot of hand-me-downs and or helping hands and freaky tales, and I don't understand why. I just don't. So we see another scene. that I don't understand the point of this. Tedros has a shock collar on his male minion, and I guess he's trying to teach him how to have appropriate freaky tales. It's a weird scene. There's women on the floor. It's just weird. It's weird. And again, why do we need to see that scene? Okay? I Who created this? And they said the creators of Euphoria. Now, again, I didn't watch Euphoria, but apparently Euphoria is a really good show. What are they trying to do with this show? This is just, I'm totally confused. So, Tedros brings his brothel or some of his brothel to Jocelyn's house. And he's really acting as if, he runs the house because he lets one of his little minions know that she can go and swim, giving her permission to swim. Last time I checked, that's Jocelyn's house. But he's given permission. And next thing you know, Isaac, which is the guy that is the male minion of Tedros, he goes with the best friend, Jocelyn's best friend. So they separate. Next thing you know, we see two scenes, freaky tale scenes, that just feel so uncomfortable and damn near inappropriate. Again, the point of what? Is this supposed to show manipulation? You guys don't have a better way to show manipulation? That's just it? Just these very uncomfortable, over-sexualized scenes? Help me understand, what's the point? I'm lost. I'm really lost. So then after they have these scenes, the next thing you know, one of the airhead girls that came with Tedros, she's downstairs on a piano singing this song that has horrible lyrics. That's my family. My dad don't like me, whatever the hell else. And my mom doesn't like this. It's horrible. It's horrible. But what we realize, I'm assuming what they're trying to do is the song is really about Jocelyn's life growing up. Okay. And so she is truly getting very emotional over the lyrics because she starts to really think about her family. And that's what Tedros wants, which is why one of the last scenes, or the last part of that scene, he's looking at Jocelyn's best friend, who clearly sees that this is traumatic. The words are traumatizing her. And he's kind of looking at the best friend, trying to see if he's going to be able to possibly manipulate her or how she's responding to these lyrics. Meanwhile, Jocelyn is in tears, crying, listening to these lyrics. And then the episode goes off. You guys, I don't get it. And this is why now I see there was probably so much drama with this show before it even came out. I think they lost their direction. I do. I think they lost their direction. I don't understand what we are looking at right now. And I don't know if it's going to get better. I really don't. I feel like the characters are not really developed. I still don't have a sense of who Jocelyn is, what she really wants. Because while she says she wants her music career, I don't know if she really wants that. I want to know why she's over-sexualized. And I want to know why it was so easy for Tedros to come in. And again, typically someone like that has a good amount of people around her, a team that would at least attempt to block him. But there's no one, especially her weak-ass best friend. So why do we learn that her team finds out about this man that's clearly trouble and nothing happens? Her team does nothing. Her team doesn't even ask her about it. Like, they just literally say, okay, who's this Tedros guy? What does he look like? And what's going on here? And then the next thing you know, she invites him and no one finds this out or tries to block her from having access to this man. It's just weird shit. It's weird. I don't even know what else to say. But I would definitely love your thoughts. If you guys are watching this show, please let me know what you think. Because at this point, I don't know if I want to watch the next episode. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.